The 1987 football seasons for both Weymouth North and Weymouth South have been as different can be.
We play really well one week, and then the next week we'll just come out and we just make mistakes. We just have to have our heads into it and just get ready for the game that way.
I'm going to be very excited about this game because it will mean an 8-1 in one season, and we're coming off a very pumped-up game from Marshfield, and before that, Quincy and Hingham. And I believe my adrenaline will keep me going throughout the whole game.
Though Weymouth South has had some frustrating times in 1987, the Wildcats have one thing on their minds at the moment.
Most important game of my life. I don't know, North, they say a lot of stuff before game and stuff like that. We just want to go out on a winning note. Might be a lot last game for a lot of people, and I don't know, when we get on that football field, we really don't like North that much.
North's successful season has been a blue-collar effort. Nothing flashy or fancy. The Maroons just come straight at you. They get right to the point. In fact, that is how they approach this Thanksgiving meeting with Weymouth South.
It's my chance. I've been in the crowd. Now I'm on the field. It's when I get to play. Beat South.
Everybody be healthy and play our best. We'll do our best.
Thanksgiving Day is a special day in the life of a high school football player. But how special is it, Derek McCarthy?
Could be the last game I play for me, and for most of the team members. So this is a big game.
Sit back and relax. Game number 16 between Weymouth North and Weymouth South promises to be a beauty. Next on Dimension 36. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and welcome to Dimension 36's coverage of the 1987 Thanksgiving Day football game between the Maroons of Weymouth North and the Wildcats of Weymouth South. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Ducharme. I'll call your play-by-play. The Maroons and the Wildcats getting ready to square off at the 50-yard line for the 16th time. Weymouth North with a 7-win, 6 lost, 2 tie advantage in the series, but last year was Weymouth South taking advantage of the turnovers as the Wildcats defeated the Maroons by the score of 20-6. It is a gray, dreary, overcast day. The field a little bit slick in spots, but two teams that no matter what goes on, they are going to be pumped up, excited, ready to go, because Thanksgiving Day means just that. Being pumped up, excited, ready to go. Give it that one big effort as the Maroons 7-1-1 on the air. They missed an extra point against Bridgewater Raynham. A field goal that hit the goalpost. They could be coming into this game 9-0. Weymouth South has had a couple of very tough losses. North Quincy, Silver Lake. The Wildcats easily could have been about, say, 7-2, 8-1 coming into this game. Both teams have played very well, as we should have a very interesting game. But before the game, I had the opportunity to talk to the two coaches. Weymouth North's Joe Kelly, Weymouth South's Bart Weber. I asked the two coaches, what impresses you about the other's team?
The different things, I guess, that their quarterback can do, and the fact that they're on Thanksgiving Day, the emotions are so high that, and they're a good football team, that it's going to be a heck of a game.
No matter how they finish up coming in, it's always been said Thanksgiving Day is the second season. Are you taking that approach?
No, we've had a great season up to now. It's one more game, and our kids know that if they play well, they can have success in this game. So we're going to try to not get so emotional that this becomes a do-or-die situation, because we're 7-1-1. We've had a great season, and this is, we're hoping, our 8th victory, but it's not a life-or-death situation.
Their offensive line, their defensive line, the linebackers, their safeties, their quarterback, their running backs, they're a good football team. I don't know if they have too many weaknesses. We'll try and exploit a couple that we think they might have, but they're a sound football team, and they can move the ball on the ground extremely well, and Their line now is coming off the ball real well. And all you have to create for those backs they have is just a seam, and look out. Hopefully we can offer a little bit of resistance up front.
Welcome back to Legion Field. On your screen right now, a man who's a legend as far as Weymouth High School football goes. Harry Arlinson, as you hear Bill Jackson, the public address voice for this game. Introduce the credits of Harry Arlinson, 8 undefeated seasons. Arlinson receiving a hand from the fans here at Legion Field as he was escorted out by the 2 captains of the cheerleading squads, Weymouth South's Michelle Saponi and Weymouth North's Becky Barassa, as Arlinson is the honorary coin tosser, that is, for the 87 Thanksgiving Day football game. As the captains meeting out in the center of the field. And the captains, you've met them before during the season. Kevin Horn, 75 for Weymouth South. 44, Derek McCarthy. 67, Jay Miller, Weymouth North. 41, Mike Ware. 71, Kevin Mackinnon. 85, Chuck Lees. As the toss of the coin in the ceremonies, and a very special ceremony it is, with Harry Arlinson returning to Legion Field, where he was such an institution as far as Weymouth High School football does go. And the toss of the coin. Weymouth North will receive and will be going from right to left, as South will be kicking off from left to right. We'll have the opening kickoff for tonight's game between Weymouth South and Weymouth North coming up in just a moment.
There's no better way to spend the first weekend in December than at the giant flea market and craft show. Over 150 tables of craftspeople and dealers featuring antiques, Christmas gifts, crafts, attic treasures, and refreshments. The hours on Saturday and Sunday are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Proceeds will help benefit the graduating class of Weymouth South High School. See you there, December 5th and 6th.
Todd Willis getting set to kick off for Weymouth South. Back deep for the Maroons. Barry Barassa, he's being flanked by Punky Dowd and Bobby Cheveroli. We should have a dandy of a football game. Sit back and relax. We're about set to go. 16th annual Thanksgiving Day contest. Weymouth North and Weymouth South. And a high kick. Cheveroli, 15. Looking to turn the corner, and Cheveroli makes it to the 33, and that's where Weymouth North will start. On their own 33, it's Todd Willis, the kicker for Weymouth South, makes the tackle. And the Weymouth North Maroons will start on offense for their own 33. Let's introduce the offense for the Maroons of Weymouth North. Sean Brennan has set brand new career passing yardage marks at Weymouth North. Barry Barassa closes in on the 1,000-yard mark. Bobby Cheveroli averaging 8.9 per rushing attempt. Mike Ware, the hard-working, blocking, short yardage fullback of the Maroons. Sean McBurney leads Weymouth North in pass receptions. Chuck Lees, an excellent blocking tight end. Center Kevin Mackin has been named to the Old Colony League All-Star team. Guard Joe Glover has come in and done the job for Dan Sweeney, who is out with a knee injury. Dale Trudeau's had an excellent year at right guard. Steve Ruggiero's done the job at right tackle. And Peter Ferrante at left tackle has filled in admirably for Jim Stevenson. From the wishbone, it's Barassa looking to turn it up, and Barry gets about 6 with Swartz and Fitzgibbon. Stop him. It'll be 2nd and 4, the Weymouth South defense. It has been banged up as some of the people that are key. Derek McCarthy will be in there. Rick Ramos will get some work at linebacker. Steve Ford as well. Counterplay, Cheveroli, fumble, and Weymouth South has got it. football, but the Wildcats just could not hang on. So the Maroons get the first big break of the game, and it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 43. Barassa looking to turn it outside. Barry does. 45, and out at the 41, Robert Regan takes him out of bounds.
Robbie Regan got a first down on the play.
Barry Barassa with a 15-yard run and a first down, and Barassa 2 carries for 21 yards. And last year, he had a tough time getting going against the Wildcat defense. And on his first 2 carries, he gets 21 yards. Cheveroli to the 35, where he is tripped up by Rick Weymouth. And it will be 2nd down and 2 for Weymouth North. The Maroons have come out, no pretensions. They want to run the football at Weymouth South. They feel that they can overpower the Wildcats, and so far they have. There's Cheveroli again inside the 30 to the 28, and a first down.
Mike Gomes.
It's Jay Miller, and Mike Gomes bring him down.
First down, ball on the 30.
And Weymouth South wants to take a timeout. We have played 1 minute and 53 so far. The Maroons are on the move. When we come back, we'll see if they finish off the drive. The 1982 Thanksgiving Day football game was a special one for us here at Dimension 36. It was the first Thanksgiving Day football game that we brought you. The story of this game was the Weymouth South defense that just corralled the Weymouth North offense and allowing them just 63 total yards. Third quarter, 7-0 Weymouth South, and the longest kick return in North-South history is about to embark. Michael Wade, 85 yards on this punt return, and the Maroons are back in the game at 7-6. They missed the extra point kick. Fourth quarter, Weymouth South with a lightning bolt that puts the game away for them. John Staples on the roll. For Ron Lecoq, the pass is tipped up in the air, and Mike Ferrante ends up with the football and rolls on for the touchdown. And the Wildcats go on to a 14-6 victory over Weymouth North. The Maroons with a 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 29. Barassa to the 25 for 4 yards. Swartz along with Good and Kevin Whitaker all there to grab Barry Barassa. The Maroons first down play so far, that is the shortest gain, 4 yards. And that's something you do not want to do, is let a team on first down have 4 yards a crack, because it makes second down easier. As Cheveroli gets about 2, maybe 3. Gomes on the bottom of the pile, Horn and Swartz there to make the tackle.
Gain of about 3.
Third and about 5 for first down, and you can look for that man if the Maroons go to the air. That's Sean McBurney, who's the leading receiver, Coach Joe Kelly's team. Barassa, toss pitch to about the 19. Horn and Swartz tackle him.
Stopped by Whitaker.
And it's very close. It'll be about a foot short. 4th and a foot.
It's 4th and less than a yard.
2 options the Maroons have used throughout the year. Michael Ware is option A, and option B is Brennan, the quarterback sneak. Ware, second effort, may have gotten the first down.
Stopped by the center of the south line. First down.
Line-wise, Weymouth North's offensive line much bigger than Weymouth South's. Both lines have been to the weight room. But the Maroons' offensive line a little bit bigger, and they could overpower. From the 18, on 1st and 10, Cheveroli on the counter gets about 2. Regan and Weymouth got their heads in there and brought down the Maroon wingback or flanker. 2nd and 8. Brennan bootleg his first pass for the end zone, and Alan Good knocks it away.
Alan Good broke up that pass play.
Eric Dozenberg, the intended receiver, but Alan Good got in there to knock it down, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
The pass was intended for Dozenberg.
So the Maroons, a little bit of a cross-up attempt.
It'll be 3rd and 8.
Going with Dozenberg as the other tight end and trying to cross up Weymouth South, but Alan Good stuck with Dozenberg, and Dozenberg has a 5-inch, 6-inch height advantage on Good. Barassa, toss pitch inside the 15 to about the 12, and it's short of a first down.
Tackle made by
Good
Gibbons
and Fitzgibbon, along with Miller, in on the tackle.
Jay Miller.
4th and 5, and the Maroons, who have Billy McEachran for field goal purposes, will go for the first down. Brennan, bootleg. Flipping it for the corner. Barassa, rebound, touchdown. Sean McBurney.
They have a flag on the play. Pass was caught by McBurney.
A marker down, and let's see if it stands. On Weymouth South, a penalty.
Holding penalty
Holding Weymouth South
against Weymouth South.
as a pass intended for Barry Barassa on the bootleg. It went off Barassa's hands, and it went to Sean McBurney, who made the diving catch, and the Maroons are on top on their first drive of the game with 4:53 to go, 6-0. Billy McEachran looking to make it 7. And the kick is blocked. 4:53 left in the first quarter. The Maroons drive at 67 yards for the touchdown. Billy McEachran, who had his point after block, will be kicking off after the 13 plays, 67-yard drive, an impressive one. 2 passes in the second one was why they had the tip drill in high school football or at any level, because it enabled Weymouth North to get on top, 6-0. As Willis and Regan await the kick from McEachran, who hits it on the line, squibbing bounce. Confusion, and Regan at the 5. Regan looking for someplace, may have found the open avenue. And Rob Regan with a very nice return to the 24.
On the run back, brought down by Capella and Ware.
And Weymouth South will start at their own 24-yard line. And the Wildcats, who were worried if Greg Ondrick was going to play, he will. Let's meet the Weymouth South starting offensive unit for this Thanksgiving Day football game. The man who makes Weymouth South go, senior quarterback Greg Ondrick, who's had a great year. Mike McMahon will start at tailback. He'll alternate with Joe Swartz. The two will bring in the plays for Coach Bart Weber. Wingback Coleman Doyle runs the counter play extremely well. Fullback Derek McCarthy relied on for his excellent blocking abilities as well as pass receiving abilities. Todd Willis, a game breaker at the split end position. Kevin Whitaker has come up with 3 touchdown receptions this year. The Weymouth South offensive line, which has improved with each game. Sean O'Connell is the center. Billy Fitzgibbon has had an excellent year at one guard. Steve Hale is the other guard. Mike Gomes will complete his second year as a starting offensive tackle. And Kevin Horn, an OCL All-Star at the other tackle. The man of concern, Greg Ondrick. He has got a deep knee bruise. He will be playing, and he is the man who makes South go. McMahon on the first down play, crosses the 25 to the 27.
Tackled by Mackin, and we have a flag
on the tackle, but there's a mark down, and it could be on Weymouth North for a face mask. And it is.
We have a face mask penalty against Weymouth North.
And the Maroon defense as the South defense and the Maroon defense in the second half. You'll meet them individually. Close to setting many new records as Weymouth North.
Face mask penalty cost Weymouth North 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5.
1st and 5 it will be on the face mask penalty as McMahon on the run, get it out to the 27, but in being brought down, you could see that the hand was in there and could not pick up whose hand it was on the face mask. Make it now 1st and about 3 because the run should stand on Michael McMahon's run, and it does. Ondrick on the bootleg. Sidearms, and it almost has been intercepted by Barassa. Barry read the play as he came up.
Broken up by Barry Barassa.
And knocked it down. 10-minute quarters here on Thanksgiving Day. The coaches have the decision. They decided to go 10. Doyle in motion on 2nd and 2 is McMahon. Off tackle, and Michael will have the first down.
Stopped initially by Cheveroli, and
as Mackin and Cheveroli on the tackle. 1st and 10, Weymouth South.
Ball advanced to the 36-yard line of Weymouth South.
The Wildcats will be shuffling the plays with the tailbacks. Ondrick on play action. Going deep. It almost should have been interference on Brennan and Barassa as they get all tangled up with Todd Willis, but nothing will be called because Brennan really was not looking for the football on that play. And he was fortunate that interference was not called. The Wildcats love to go for the home run with Todd Willis, and he drew the double coverage. There are no secrets on Thanksgiving Day. The coaches have studied the films and studied them religiously. And they know each other's patterns. 2nd and 10, it's Derek McCarthy on the toss pitch. 50, 40, and down at the North 35, Derek McCarthy. Clinton Ware brought him down.
On a 25-yard pickup brought down by Clint Ware.
Derek McCarthy on the toss pitch. Broken.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the Weymouth North 35-yard line.
So the Wildcats looking to answer the Maroon touchdown drive. From the 35 on 1st and 10. It's Schwartz with a good hole inside the 30 to the 29 with McBurney.
Brought down by McBurney.
Brings them down. And the McCarthy run
5-yard gain on the play.
has picked up Weymouth South. Second and 5. McMahon looking to cut it back inside, and Michael will be short of a first down by about a yard, maybe two. The Wildcats need to make the Maroon 25. It'll be third and a 1-2
on the tackle
to go.
Third and 3.
The Wildcats love the bootleg on this situation. Dive play. Swartz. Close. Tripped up. Check it. McCarthy. Tripped up. Cheveroli.
Derek McCarthy on the carry, brought down by Cheveroli.
And they are going to measure.
They're going to have a measurement, I believe.
Switch things. Switch it. I got a tape right here. You want to do it now? And the measurement. A foot short. It'll be fourth and a foot. One of the first big plays, fourth and a foot. Ondrick, sneak. McCarthy's help. Gave him the first down.
First down.
As Greg helped to his feet. And the Wildcat drive remains in gear. So both teams have come out and just said, here we come, see if you can stop us. And the defenses on the first series have been unable to. McCarthy on the toss pitch, gets tripped up. One punky down on the play as he tripped up McCarthy as Dow caught his block and made the play. As we head to a minute to go in the first quarter.
Ball's on the North 24-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, Doyle splits off, top of your screen. Ondrick heads that way. With pressure from Macaroso. And Romans brings him down.
Tommy Romans on the sack.
Macaroso and Romans were there.
For a loss.
To sack Greg Ondrick back at the 34 for a loss of 10. And it'll be third and 20. And what could be the final play of quarter number 1. Three, as Weymouth South will not get the play off. Each team has had a possession in the first quarter. Weymouth South will maintain their possession heading into the second quarter, but after one, it's the Maroons 6, the Wildcats nothing.
No better way to spend the first weekend in December than at the Giant Flea Market and Craft Show. Over 150 tables of craftspeople and dealers featuring antiques, Christmas gifts, crafts, attic treasures, and refreshments. The hours on Saturday and Sunday are from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Proceeds will help benefit the graduating class of Weymouth South High School. See you there December 5th and 6th.
Welcome to second quarter action from Legion Field. Mark Ducharme with you for all the play-by-play of the 16th annual Thanksgiving Day football game. 6-0 Weymouth North. Weymouth South with a 3rd and 20 situation coming up. And Ondrick the throw. Daly chasing him. Ondrick is at his best when he's doing this. But Greg, with his mobility limited, is cut down by Kevin Mackin. And Ondrick gets up, shaken up. I don't think it's physically shaken up as much as he may have gotten some mud in the face when Mackin brought him down. It's Ondrick gained 3. Fourth down, and the Wildcats will need 17 to keep the drive alive. And Ondrick decides that he does not like what the Maroons have come out in as far as the defense. He'll talk to head coach Bart Weber. 9:16 left in the half, and it's the Maroons on top. The 1983 game will always be remembered as the year Weymouth South capped off their best season ever. It didn't appear so in the very beginning when Weymouth North, after a pass interception by John Mahoney, rolled in for a touchdown run by Eddie Foster to take a 7-0 lead. But after that, it became the John Staples show. Staples in his career at Weymouth South went 21 for 37 against Weymouth North with 3 touchdown passes. Staples on this Thanksgiving Day morning was 12 for 16 and 2 touchdown passes. He also ran for a TD as well as he led Weymouth South to their best season ever, 8-1-1, and an impressive 38-21 Thanksgiving Day victory over Weymouth North. Joe Sapustis has come out, so apparently Greg Ondrick has been shaken up, or there is something that Weymouth South has got up their sleeve. Sapustis with time, deep, and almost has it caught by Kevin Whitaker, and Whitaker paid the price as well as Bobby Cheveroli unloaded on Kevin Whitaker. And Weymouth North starts the drive. The big play in stopping the drive is the second down sack by Tommy Romans of Greg Ondrick. The Maroons with their second possession stay basically on the ground with Barasa chewing up possibly 7-8 yards.
Horn, Schwartz, and Regan. Gain of about 7 on the
as
play.
Barasa will be put down at 38, second and 3 coming up for Weymouth North as the Wildcat defensive line has had the Maroons charging at him with their running game. Barasa almost breaking it, but does get a first down.
Barasa on the carry, tripped up by Whitaker.
7 yards for Barry Barasa again in a first down. And the Maroon tailback is off to a very good start.
Ball resting on the North 44-yard line.
Play Cheveroli for about 4. Cheveroli gets brought down by Kevin Horn.
Mike Green assisted on that tackle.
Kevin Horn, as far as the Wildcat linemen go, and they've been banged up a little bit, it's been probably the healthiest. Jay Miller's had some ankle problems. Mike Green, broken hand. Derek McCarthy has been on a bad ankle. On 2nd and 6, it's the toss pitch. Barasa looking to cut back. And Barasa getting away. 40. Goes head on with Kevin Whitaker at the 35. And I don't know how he got himself loose because he looked like he was all tangled up.
But Mike Weir threw the block that sprang Barasa for an extra 10 yards.
Barry Barasa
First down.
gets loose for another Weymouth North first down. As he gets 17 on the play. And the Maroons are marching once again towards the Wildcat end zone. And it's been basically on the ground. Cheveroli inside the 30. It pulls his way to about the 28. It's good, and Fitzgibbon bring him down.
Gain of 9 yards. It'll be second. Check that 8 yards. 2nd and 2.
As Cheveroli sets up a 2nd and 2 situation. And the way the Maroons are running the football, they're just saying to Weymouth South, see if you can stop us, and the Wildcats have been unable to. Barasa inside the 20 now to the 16, and Weymouth North is just ripping up yardage at about 8 to 10 yards of crack as Ramos brought down Barasa.
Ball's on the 17-yard line.
6:41 to go in the first half. 6-0 Weymouth North. Cheveroli hurdles inside the 15 and may have lost the football. And Weymouth South recovers. Alan Good recovers the fumble as Jay Miller got his head in there.
Alan Good recovered the fumble.
And Good on the fumble recovery, and that will stop Weymouth North. As the Maroons look like they're going to overpower the Wildcats for a touchdown drive to go up 12-0. But they are stopped, and Joseph Prustis is checked into the game as apparently Greg Ondrick is feeling the effects of his right knee as he's given it his best shot. And Joseph Prustis will be the quarterback next year. McMahon tripped up Cheveroli.
Mike McMahon on the carry, brought down by Cheveroli.
And Cheveroli may have shaken himself up.
Second down and 10.
Yes, Prustis with a burden on him to try to get the Wildcats offense in gear, as they'll be on their 10-yard line with 2nd down and 10 to go. Joe with an excellent arm. Not maybe the scrambler that Ondrick is, as Doyle on the counter and Walden trying to hang on, and Donnie does.
Doyle on the carry,
Walden read the play and brought him down for a yard loss. 3rd and 12 on the play as Donnie Walden
It's 3rd and 12.
read the counter very well. Legion Field is still filing in. And the usual 5,000-6,000 sellout crowd. McMahon on 3rd and 12. Breaks loose to the 20.
McMahon on the carry.
And will be close to a first down. In fact, he may have it. The quick hitter with Mike McMahon gets Weymouth South 12 yards and a first down. As the Maroons were thinking pass, and Weymouth South crossed them up with a quick hitter. Both teams have moved the football. Straight ahead on the dive goes Joe Swartz out to about the 25 for maybe 4.
Joe Swartz on the carry, brought down by Mackin.
Cheveroli and Mackin on the tackle.
It'll be 2nd and about 6.
A fast-moving first half, 4:20 and counting.
The ball is on the 25-yard line.
As Steve Ford, who's had to take over the duties at center for Sean O'Connell. And McMahon again.
McMahon on the carry.
Nearly to the 30, but about a yard short. As Mackin and Romans on the tackle. The Wildcats will need a yard on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, and it's going to be Swartz. Grabbed and brought down short. Cheveroli on the tackle. As Bobby grabbed him. And they're going to say that Swartz did have enough progress. It looked like Swartz had been stopped and pulled just short of making the first down. But the Wildcats will maintain possession. Sapustis to throw. Square out and dropped. McMahon on the reception attempt. Mike Ware jarred him from the football, and also McMahon and Ware not talking about what they're going to be doing after this football game. The two teams are friends for 9 weeks of the year, but there's one day, I think assistant coach Brian Greener of Weymouth South put it best, we're fans of one another, except for one game. On 2nd and 10, Sapustis to the air again. Over the middle, and it's caught by Whitaker. And Barasa trips him up at the 49, and a first down for Weymouth South.
First down. South will take over 1st and 10.
And Joe Sapustis
49-yard line.
has moved the Wildcats out very efficiently from their 10 to their 49. Swartz greeted at the line of scrimmage, and about 3 maroon shirts are there. John Daly, Donnie Walden, and Steve Ruggiero.
Cheerleaders, give them a little room so they can do their cheers, please. There's some area for the cheerleaders down in front.
2nd and 10 coming up. 2:14 and counting till half.
2nd and 10.
In a rapidly paced first half. Sapustis to the air. Pressure. He is going to be going down. Back at the 43. Monster back. Bobby Cheveroli, Paul Macaluso, and John Daly on the tackle.
Sapustis sacked by Macaluso, Walden.
Timeout.
Daly.
Weymouth North with 1:50 left. Weymouth South will have a 3rd and 17 coming up when we come back. Linesman Jim McCulloch, who next Monday will take over from the football field to the basketball courts. He's the head basketball coach at Archbishop Williams. As Sapustis on 3rd and 17 with a screen. And an escort from McMahon, who looks for the help on that escort as the play will gain 7, maybe 8. As Cheveroli on the tackle. Cheveroli literally had it was like finding the proverbial needle in the haystack because there were 6 Wildcat blockers in front of him on that attempted screen. And 4th and 9 for the Wildcats as the Maroons are taking a timeout on this 4th and 9 situation. Since Greg Ondrich's injury, it has forced Weymouth South to use their backup punter, Todd Willis, and Barry Barasa awaits the punt. And Willis just getting it away. As it's a short kick that dies at the 37 with Brian Stronach. Puts his hands on it. Weymouth North is going to go 63 yards in a minute and 26. If they want to expand upon their 6-0 lead as they took the opening kickoff and marched on a 13-play, 67-yard drive. 11 of the plays were running, just 2 pass plays, and the second one is where Weymouth North scored on a deflected pass. Brennan, bootleg. Deep. Rosenberg almost makes the catch. He just couldn't hang on, and Eric at 6'5", just got his hand up there and almost brought it down. So Eric Dosenberg, who does not have a reception this year, is trying to be put in on Thanksgiving Day. Cross up Weymouth South a little bit. That's about the only way you cross somebody up on Thanksgiving, maybe using somebody who has not been used a great deal. Toss pitch, Barasa. Barry to about the 40, where Mike Gomes knocks him down.
And Gomes, gain of about 3, 3rd and 7.
a minute and 10 to go. And Weymouth North has spent a timeout when they'll be faced with a 3rd and 7 with a minute and 10 left. 1:10 to go, first half, 3rd and 7, Weymouth North from the 40-yard line. Barassa in the slot as Brennan has trouble. Sean looking to cut back. 40, 45, 50. Brennan cut down at the 41 of Weymouth South.
Brennan on the keep, brought down by Alan Good.
And you talk about why football teams do agility drills.
By Mr. Brennan.
That is why they do agility drills, as Brennan almost went down on the turf. But Sean had the presence of mind to get his feet after getting his footing back, to cut back and take off. And
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line.
Agility there allows Weymouth North to keep their hands on the football with 56 seconds to go in the first half. As Brennan did get out of bounds. And it could be a big possession in this game. As Brennan points deep, goes that way. McBurney with the reception. Down at the 11-yard line. Sean Brennan in double coverage threaded the needle, and Sean McBurney,
tackled by Coleman Doyle,
who set career pass receiving records at Weymouth North, brings the Maroons down to the Wildcat 11, as there was a marker down as well, and it was pass interference on Weymouth South. And Weymouth North, if they can punch it in here with a score and go off at halftime with about a 12 to 14 point lead, it really changes the complexion of this game. Barassa toss pitch. Berry cuts it inside the 10 to the 6.
Brought down by Mike Gomes.
And timeout. Weymouth North at 39 seconds to go. Now, if the Maroons punch it in, it killed the clock in the process. It's really a deflating factor as far as Weymouth South goes, because they had to come out, and the Wildcats had moved the football. They would have to come out and score 2 touchdowns to get themselves back in the game instead of 1. And that's something that Coach Joe Kelly is trying to impress upon quarterback Sean Brennan. Get the touchdown and, maybe kill a few seconds, but don't overkill the seconds. Don't give South another chance in the first half. Let's go off with a 12 to 14 point lead. But the Wildcats, if they can stop them, can build some momentum for themselves. Second and 5 for first down, 6 for a touchdown for Rasa. Will get only 1 of those yards. And now Weymouth North will take timeout with 34 seconds to go in the first half, and they've exhausted their timeouts. 6-0 Weymouth North.
North has no more timeout.
Third and 4 for a first down, and the Maroons need 5.5 for the touchdown. Roll out Brennan, and deflected away by Kevin Whitaker from Chuck Lee's. Kevin Whitaker with a fine defensive play. And the Maroons, so far, have tried the experiment to try to confuse Weymouth South and use different players on pass receiving, as McEachran will try about a 22-yard field goal attempt, Cheveroli the holder. And now Weymouth South wants McEachran to think about it with 30 seconds to go. Billy McEachran will amount to a 22-yard field goal attempt. High snap, and McEachran is wide right with the kick. As McEachran and Weymouth North are turned away, and that's a big turn away in one respect. Weymouth North has been turned away twice, moving the football extremely well and unable to punch it in. And you talk about opportunities, getting it inside the 30. Weymouth North 1 for 3 in scoring opportunities there. Weymouth South 0 for 1. And Sapustis and company say, let's regroup. We'll get ready for the second half because we will have the option. And it's a smart move because the Wildcats are going to settle for trailing at 6-0 at half. We'll have some entertainment from both bands at halftime as we have played at half. Weymouth North has moved the football well, but the only thing the Maroons have been able to show for that first half movement of the football is just a 6-0 lead at half. Weymouth North and Weymouth South bands are coming up at halftime, as well as second half action. Stick with us here on Dimension 36 as we will be continuing with coverage of the 16th annual North-South Thanksgiving Day meeting. On paper, the 1984 Thanksgiving Day football game will probably be always remembered as the most even matchup when these two teams met. Weymouth South drawing first blood in the first half on this Danny O'Neill touchdown run, went ahead 6-0. But 2 third-quarter touchdowns by Weymouth North put them out to a 14-6 lead. The second one on this long pass play of 46 yards from Lars Lambros to Jimmy Cavallo. A Pete Sheridan fumble recovery in the end zone, and an O'Neill rush made it 14-14 in the fourth quarter. But the Maroons came fighting back. Lars Lambros to Jimmy Cavallo, all the way to the 1, and then Lambros will finish off as Billy McEachran will be kicking off for Weymouth North. Greg Ondrick is back in the game. He'll be one of the deep people with Todd Willison. Notes from the first half, Weymouth North tailback Barry Barraza went over the 1,000-yard mark. Yes,
up the ball.
Barraza was only in need of 54 yards. Attained it in the first half. The first Maroon running back since Michael Waite. McEachran about ready to deliver. What will be the final half of 87, and he bounces it. Ronnie Fernandez trying to circle and gets spilled
on the carry
at about the 28.
Brought down by Chuck Lee. And South will take over first and 10.
Now we'll see who starts at quarterback for Weymouth South. And it will be Joe Sapustis. As you take a look at the Wildcat offense, and it is Sapustis for Ondrick. So the chance that maybe Greg could break one was why Bart Weber put him out there. McMahon spilled in the backfield. Clint Ware, the nose tackle.
For a loss on the play, it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. And the Maroon defense, which has had 3 shutouts this year, let's meet them individually. Senior nose tackle Clint Ware has improved with each game that he has played. Tommy Romans plays the run extremely well. Paul Macaluso, a good pass rushing tackle. Defensive end Donnie Walden's best game came in the 7-0 victory over Plymouth Carver. John Daly, one of the tops for the Maroons in sacks and in fumble recoveries. One of the top tacklers for Weymouth North is senior linebacker Kevin Mackin, as is his fellow linebacking mate, Michael Ware. Ron Punky Dow came up with a big interception to stop a late game drive by Hingham and the Maroons, 7-0 victory. Sean McBurney's had a solid year at cornerback. Sean Brennan has set a new interception mark for a season at Weymouth North. Barry Barraza came up with an interception against Marshfield. And the man who makes the defense go, Bobby Cheveroli. 2nd and 11 for Weymouth South from the 27. As the pro set, we'll find Sapustis throwing from it deep. Willis open. Sapustis was wide open. Dead ball, personal foul on Weymouth North and the Wildcats.
Called against Weymouth North.
With an opportunity to the 27-yard line. So the pass play of 30 yards and add 15 more on the penalty, and the Wildcats come out of the second half gates with an opportunity to tie the game. Sapustis the throw. Swing. McMahon, 26, escapes for just a second and is brought down at about the 25, maybe about 24. Brennan, Cheveroli, and Ware there to bring him down. And Mike McMahon was shaken up on the play. 8:45 to go in the third quarter, and the Wildcats are threatening to tie the game.
It'll be 2nd and 9.
The 1985 Thanksgiving Day game can most appropriately be called the Mud Bowl, and for great reasons. It was played in very, very sloppy conditions, but that didn't bother Weymouth North's Glenn Boudreau, who on this 40-yard run was on his way to a great day. 137 yards rushing in, 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. But the story was the Maroon defense that just slammed the door shut on Weymouth South, allowing them just 65 total yards, forcing them into 4 turnovers, and the Weymouth North defense just would not allow Weymouth South into the end zone, even when the Wildcats had the opportunities. But the Maroon running game was in high gear as they just grinded out a very impressive 26-0 whitewashing of Weymouth South. Mike McMahon had to be helped off. 2nd and 9 for Weymouth South. And Sapustis to throw. With time and just has nobody open, as it was intended for Whitaker. And Sapustis just drilled it into the ground. Joe Swartz, instead of alternating with Mike McMahon, I believe will alternate now with Coleman Doyle. Or check it'll be Ronnie Fernandez, the junior. The sophomore. As co-producer Del Ketchum mentions to me. And now let's see what's going on here. Everything's set now, is apparently substitution or illegal substitution. As on 3rd and 9, it's Fernandez.
Fernandez on the
getting
carry.
2 as Romans tripped him up. And Tommy comes up limping. Ronnie Fernandez will see some time next year in the tailback spot.
Brings up 4th down and 7.
And about 7. And the mist starting to come down heavily here at Legion Field.
Ball's on the 23-yard line.
Sapustis on 4th and 7 to throw. With time over the middle. And broken up as it was intended for Whitaker. Sean Brennan was on the coverage, and he had the inside position. And Weymouth North will start Weymouth South's threat. As the Maroon offense, very productive in the first half. In the sense of moving the football, but the Maroons could never cash in. Except for once on the first drive. We'll meet the Wildcat defense in just a moment. Barassa, who cleared 1,000 yards.
Barassa on the carry.
Will add about 2, maybe 3 at best.
Doyle and Jay Miller made the tackle.
As Miller and Doyle the tackle. Doyle forced in there for Mike Broderick as the brand new Weymouth South defense. These were the starters during the season for Coach Mark Weber. The heart and soul, the Weymouth South defense. Nose tackle and tri-captain Jay Miller. Right beside Miller on the defensive line will be Mike Gomes and Kevin Horn. Defensive ends will be rotated between Steve Ford, Brian Stronach, And Joseph Bustos will complete his second year as a starting defensive end. Joe Swartz, who's had a great year at linebacker, will be joined by Derek McCarthy. Rick Weymouth will alternate in there as well in the defensive backfield. One cornerback will be Mike Broderick, who's come up with a couple of key interceptions this year. Rich Lang is scheduled to see some action in the Thanksgiving Day game. Robert Regan came up with a big interception against Plymouth Carver. And Roverback Kevin Whitaker's best game was the opener against Dedham. Barassa, toss pitch left to about the 35 and 9 yards and a first down for Barry Barassa as the junior tailback gives Weymouth North the first down.
First down on the play.
Weymouth North has been able to run the football whenever they want. But getting inside the 10, Weymouth North has come up empty on 2 of the 3 opportunities. As Barassa breaks off the wishbone into the slot left. Brennan, bootleg pass. With pressure, Sean gets rid of the football, and it's intended for Greg Daly or Barry Barassa. And it is incomplete as Brennan does.
That was brought down by Horn.
Just gets rid of the football.
2nd and 10 coming up.
And a good thing Brennan does because Weymouth North would have lost 7 on the play. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 10. If you just joined us, 6:43 to go, 3rd quarter. And Weymouth North on the game's opening possession drove down and scored 6-0. Cheveroli, counter gets about 2.
Jay Miller made the stop.
Jay Miller, the nose tackle on the stop. Both teams mirror images in one respect because both nose tackles go about 5'8", 5'9", 160. And they both have 2 of their biggest people at defensive tackle. And 2 quick ends. It's on 3rd and 8. Look for Brennan on the bootleg pass. Brennan runs out of time and is down at the 31.
Kevin Horn on the sack.
Kevin Horn on the sack.
7 for a loss. It'll bring up a 4th down and 15.
Weymouth North will be punting for the first time.
On the sack.
And that means Sean McBurney, who is the 3rd punter Weymouth North has had this year. And Ondrick awaits the kick, and that's where Greg is most dangerous on returns of kicks. 4 times his career, he has had touchdowns on returns. And McBurney gets time and lines it. That could be dangerous. Ondrick, 40 to the 41, and he is brought down.
Daly on the tackle.
As Greg Daly made the stop, and Weymouth South will have it at their 41.
South to take over first and 10, the ball on their own 41-yard line. The Bristol Springers team up over the ball.
Joseph Pustis, who's had to take over the quarterback duties for Greg Hundrick. He's done an excellent job. And straight ahead, for maybe a yard, is going to be Derek McCarthy. As McCarthy, earlier in this game, ripped off a 20-yard run on the toss pitch. Something South has not used with their fullbacks a great deal this year. McCarthy has been relied on for primarily blocking abilities and as an alternate flare receiver.
2nd and 9.
As the Pustis on the quick drop. Coleman Doyle in the Weymouth North territory for a first down at the 45. As Brennan and McBurney bring him down.
And Sean McBurney.
And the quick pass by Sapustis to Coleman Doyle for a first down. And the Wildcats.
Well, just inside of the 45-yard line.
changed up, gone to the quicker pass routes over the middle. McCarthy on the pitch, being corralled and brought down by Cheveroli and McBurney after about a couple of yards.
And McBurney gained him about a yard or two.
As Cheveroli from the monster back position slowed the play down and got a little help. 2nd and 8 coming up. Some confusion for Weymouth South. They want to take time out with 3:54 to go here in the third quarter. 6-0 Weymouth North. 2nd and 8. Sapustis to Swartz on the counter draw inside the 35. To the 32 goes Joe Swartz for a first down as on the counter draw play. Swartz gets a first down and the Wildcats. Little change up. Are attacking the Maroons.
The ball on the Weymouth North 33-yard line.
Tackle area, taking advantage of some of the things that the Maroons were doing successfully in the first half and changing up on them. Fernandez caught in the backfield by Daly, who tripped him up, and then Ware, along with Cheveroli, bring him down.
Fernandez on the carry, brought down by Jackie Daly. Gained about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 coming up as the fog rolling in here at Legion Field. Very unusual football game in many ways. Toss pitch. Banging his way to about the 30, and inside the 30 is Swartz. We're Mackin and Daly bring him down. 2 on the play for Swartz. 3rd and 7.
No. 3rd and about 7.
And Sapustis will probably be throwing on this 3rd and 7 play. Sapustis' success so far throwing the football has been over the middle. And he is looking that way, but he'll dump off. Swing. Fernandez is chopped down. Dowden Ware read the swing pass and bring him down for about a loss of 1. And it'll be 4th down. And the Wildcats will need a long 7. It's a mist and fog just lining the field. And a big play coming up. 4th and 7, Weymouth South from the 30. Sapustis, deep. And is it intercepted? Sean McBurney on the interception as Ross was open.
Yeah, it's intercepted by McBurney.
As Sean McBurney had Willis behind him, Sapustis just did not have enough on it. Weymouth North will have the ball looking to go 99 yards. And if you wonder why McBurney just didn't fight on it, because you never know if it's tipped. In that situation with Willis behind him, it could have been disastrous. Where the short yardage back for the Maroons gives him a little breathing ability to about the 4.
Mike Ware up the middle, stopped by the center of the Weymouth South team.
Would love to get a couple of first downs. The Wildcats would love to have them in there and force the punt.
The
To the 7 goes Peraza. He'll set up 3rd and 4.
Brought down by Steve Hale.
The Maroons
3rd and 5.
looking for those first downs because the Wildcats will have good field position if a punt comes up here if the Maroons do not get the first down. Barassa will be short. He'll make it to the 9, maybe the 10. It'll be a yard, maybe 2 short. And the punting team comes on what could be the final play of quarter number 3.
Tackle was made by Stronach. It's 4th and 1.
4th and 1, and the Maroons will not be punting. As the fog rolls in, the Legion Field on your screen. 3 quarters are in the book. Weymouth North on the opening possession of the game drove 77 yards for a touchdown. That's the only scoring so far. 6-0 Weymouth North.
There's no better way to spend the first weekend in December than at the giant flea market and craft show. Over 150 tables of craftspeople and dealers featuring antiques, Christmas gifts, crafts, attic treasures, and refreshments. The hours on Saturday and Sunday are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Proceeds will help benefit the graduating class of Weymouth South High School. See you there, December 5th and 6th.
McBurney to punt. And the snap is the key here. And McBurney just rides out a knuckleball as he was forced to get it out mighty fast. Weymouth South will have it at the 21. South has had the field position here in the second half. And the Wildcats are just trying to find a way to find the Maroon end zone. Fernandez, maybe a yard.
Fernandez on the carry.
As the middle of the Maroon defense was there to meet him. Years ago, we had the ice storm. Last year was great conditions. This year, we have the fog. We'll see if the Wildcats go to the air on 2nd and 9. Zapustis will go. Swing on the sideline pass complete. It is Mike O'Connor short of a first down as McBurney brought him down.
Super catch by Jim O'Donnell.
As O'Connor caught it at about the 13. 3rd and 1. And the square out to O'Connor.
3rd down.
And the Wildcats definitely in 2-down territory. Straight ahead for the first down is Derek McCarthy. And Walden and McCarthy do a little little talking after the play, but the Wildcats are at the Maroon 9. Goal to goal.
Ball is on the 10-yard line.
8:20 to go. McCarthy to the 6.
Bill Swartz on the carry.
Check it,
Stop at
Swartz.
the center of the Weymouth North line. Gain of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 to the goal line.
The Wildcats, beneficiaries of a short Sean McBurney punt.
And South calls timeout.
South will think about this 2nd and goal situation. 7:36 left.
Still waiting for the winners of the
6-0 Weymouth North. Weymouth South in need of 6 yards to tie the game. Goes to the power I with Swartz the deep back.
2nd and 7.
Swartz to the 2.
Swartz on the carry. Stopped by the center of the Weymouth North line. Gain of a couple. 3rd and 3.
As they'll say, Swartz stopped at the 3. And Coach Bart Weber just shuffling in the troops. The Wildcats need 3 to tie. Swartz caught. Daly at the 2.
Swartz on the carry. Brought down by Jackie Daly.
4th
Daly's having
and
one
goal.
defensive day today.
Weymouth South will think about this 4th
Now Weymouth South.
and goal situation.
Still waiting for the ticket holder.
4th and goal at the 2. Saprostis on the roll. Whitaker, touchdown!
Kevin Whitaker on the reception for the touchdown. Kevin Whitaker.
Whitaker was open and Saprostis found him. And Weymouth South has tied the game.
To Whitaker for the touchdown. High score.
And now becomes the all-important extra point kick. Layton screaming that there's only 10 on the field.
Timeout, Weymouth South.
And the Wildcats will take timeout. 6:35 to go. We're tied at 6. Bobby Layton could give Weymouth South the lead. Wide right.
Wide to the right. Wide to the right, and we come back up the
Supposed
field
to
with a
screams that it was good. Kevin Horn says it went through, but the official says no. Wide right. 6:35 to go. Brand new game. 6 apiece. 7 plays, 22 yards after the short Sean McBurney punt. And you wonder how big that defensive stand by Weymouth South was after Weymouth North intercepted the pass at the 1 as Willis drills it. Cheveroli, 30, 40, Harvey Cheveroli to the 43.
Brought down by Coleman Doyle.
Coleman Doyle brought him down, but Bobby Cheveroli didn't appear that he was going to take it all the way. But Cheveroli did appear that he was going to bring it
6 minutes and 30 seconds left to play.
to at least Weymouth South territory. 6:30 left. Barassa for about 3. vision
Second and 7.
that you just saw for a second becomes so important. Barassa in the Weymouth South territory and short of the first down by about a yard as Barry got 5 on the play. The Maroons are that far away for a first down as Coach Bart Weber encourages his defense. Straight ahead, Barassa, close.
Looks like he made the first down.
Gomes, McCarthy.
Tackle was made by Vaughn and Gomes.
And depending upon the spot, we're going to have a measurement. It'd be interesting to see what Weymouth North decides if they are short of a first down. That much, folks.
Shot by a foot.
That much. And the man said, and I'm not going to say which man because you can say every coach has made that same statement. Winning teams can't make fourth and a foot. They don't deserve it. Where? Close.
Mike Ware on the carry. Shot by the center of the Weymouth South.
Weymouth South and Weymouth North. Both jarring. And a Wildcat is not getting up too quickly. That's Jay Miller, bottom of the pile. Sean Brennan says a first down. And they'll measure again. First down. About as close as humanly possible. Oh. Oh my. Just hang in there. We've got a good 5:14 left. Barassa to the 44. On the toss pitch, Barry is brought down by Stronach. And Weymouth on the tackle.
Gain of 3 at second and 7. The ball is on the 44-yard line.
For Coach Joe Kelly, it was 2-6-2 last year. His team has not had an easy road to their 7-1-1 record coming into this year. They've had to struggle. Chevaroli
on the carry.
Bounced at the 41 by Weymouth. Third and about 3.
Third and 3.
The Maroons have run the ball and run the ball well. They may go to the air in this 3rd and 3. But it's going to be Barassa. Barry knocked out at about the 36, and that will be a first down. As Brian Stronach made the start, but Barry Barassa turned the play out, as he is so capable of doing. From the 35-yard line, they're going to say 1st and 10. Ball loose. Brennan has got it. And he is stuffed by Gomes and Stronach at the 39.
It'll be 2nd and 14.
3:17 and counting. Day coming up. Option, Cheveroli trying to turn it up. And Cheveroli corralled at the 36.
Coleman Doyle made the tackle.
2:42 and counting. Third
and 12.
And about 12. Brennan and company probably to the air on this 3rd and 12. Brennan, deep, caught, Dosenberg on the reception. Dosenberg knocked down at the 13. Eric Dosenberg's first reception of the year, and it's a big one.
14-yard line, first down. With 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the game.
It's Eric Dosenberg with the first down as he got behind the South Pass defense as we had the 2 minutes to go. Slice down at the 12.
Knocked him down.
Coleman Doyle and Joey Swartz on the tackle. And the Wildcats, who have struggled at times in the air, are reaching down for that little extra to hold the Maroons off.
2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. The ironic thing about North-South football is that somebody always seems to come to the forefront when unexpectedly you don't think they will. Brennan with a marker down. Brennan, 10. Brennan inside the 10 to about the 5. And a marker down at the line of scrimmage. And it's a big marker. Depending on who it's discussed with. Procedure, Weymouth North and a big penalty.
Procedure called against Weymouth North.
Jay Miller, yes, we'll take it. .108 left. It has been a dandy. Is the old cliche, and you got to use it. Throw out the records, because when this game is played on Thanksgiving, it's the 2nd season. Anything can happen. 2nd and 14. Brennan, play action with time. Caught. Cheveroli to the 5.
Cheveroli on the reception, brought down by Allen.
45 seconds.
Allen made the tackle.
And I believe timeout.
Brings up a 3rd down and about a yard.
Weymouth North with 39 seconds left. 3rd and 2 coming up when we come back. What could be the biggest discussion of 1987 as far as Weymouth North goes is taking place. 6-6, 44 seconds officially left in the game. The Maroons just spent the timeout. They need 3rd and about 2 as Brennan completed a 10-yard pass to Bobby Cheveroli. Weymouth South had scored with 6:35 left. The Maroons have not let the Wildcats have the football since then. On a cold, dreary day, believe me, the adrenaline and the heat of that adrenaline is flowing here at Legion Field. The money man. seconds left, and the Maroons will probably go for the 2. Force Weymouth South into an 8-point deficit situation. What a ball game. But don't think this is over yet, because Joseph Pustis, to me, has been playing magnificent football. And he has got to be congratulated as the Wildcat junior quarterback, because he came in a situation and replaced Greg Ondrick and has done a great job. Barassa will not make it.
Attempt for the point after goes incomplete.
41 to go. We've got a dandy of a finish coming up.
By several of the
North by 6.
Weymouth South defensive line.
For Weymouth South to win football games in 1986, they relied on a tough defense that forced turnovers deep in the opposition's territory, which they would turn into scores. Thanksgiving Day was no different. Bob Good recovers a fumble deep in Weymouth North territory. It leads to this Greg Ondrick touchdown run, and the Wildcats have a 6-0 halftime lead. But the Maroons come back on an 82-yard drive that finishes off with this Mike Matheson short touchdown run to tie the game. But later, in the fourth quarter, Barry Barassa loses a fumble, and Greg Ondrick makes North pay for it with this 11-yard touchdown run, as the Wildcats will go on to a 20-6 victory over Weymouth North. Plays. 57 yards, the big one. The pass to Eric Dosenberg. When the Maroons needed a big play on a 3rd and long, Brennan to Dosenberg, and it kept the drive alive. Line shot kick on the bounce. It is bobbled. Ondrick looking for someplace. 25. Ondrick, 30, in front of the 36. And Greg Ondrick, even with one leg, can do damage.
Forced Ondrick out of bounds. Good run back by Greg Ondrick.
And kicker Billy McKickren with the tackle. 32 seconds left.
Grab line with 32 seconds left.
The Wildcats need 62 yards. And the prevent defense is here for the Maroons to finish up. And the Wildcat timeout situation is not that strong, because they had to use a couple at times on their touchdown drive. Sapustis airs it out. Caught by Willis at the Maroon 42. Barassa puts the stick on with 25 seconds to go. And as soon as the ball is marked, the clock will start. And the Wildcats have gone to Greg Ondrick at a wide receiver spot. 20 seconds and counting. Sapustis. Pressure. Area deep. Knocked down with 4 seconds left. Cheveroli, Brennan, Barassa, all there with Todd Willis. One more play. And Joseph Pustis wants to discuss that play on the sidelines. 4 seconds left. We have come down to this. 4 seconds left. Weymouth South needs 42 yards to tie the game. Sapustis. With time. Deep. Intercepted. Running. Sean Brennan, who set a Maroon record for came in bang, battered, you name it. The Wildcats fought like there was no tomorrow, and they gave the Maroons everything they wanted and a great deal more. But the Maroons, as so often has happened in 1987, have found a way in the final minutes to pull it out. And for Coach Joe Kelly, it has been a fantastic year when you think about it. 2-6-2 in 1986. But Coach Joe Kelly's football team went to the weight room and improved. They got stronger as the year went on. And they did the job when they had to down at crunch time. For Coach Bart Weber's football team, they hit the mid-season slump, and it's something that they've never been able to remedy for some strange reason. But the Wildcats, despite the injuries, came out, gave it everything and a whole lot more, and they just could not come up with that big play when they needed it early in the second half, which would have possibly given them 2 touchdowns and put the Maroons at a disadvantage. It has been fun as far as football goes for 1987. A lot of people are thank both coaching staffs because they've been magnificent and helpful to me throughout the year. The 2 teams, they have given everybody everything and a whole lot more as far as excitement goes. Football in Weymouth has been fantastic in '87. It has been fun. Directors Del Ketchum and Bob Tahosky have been magnificent help throughout the year. And as I lose my voice, well, it's time to wrap it up. This Thanksgiving night football game has been a classic, and it has really taken the term classic. Weymouth South tied it in the 4th quarter on a Joseph Puss's 4th down pass to Kevin Whitaker with 6:35 left, and Coach Joe Kelly's football Maroons went on a 57-yard, 14-play drive that nearly took the rest of the game. 12-6, the Maroons. For everybody at Dimension 36, we hope you enjoyed the 1987 Thanksgiving Day football game. Good night from Legion Field.